secretária che stanno aspettando fuori oggi. Va bene. Danimarca, Brasile, Filippine, Arabia Saudita. Ok. Prima la Danimarca. Podango de medai Dinamarca. Manga vi arbeider sammen. Super godt. Du laver en stor arbejde med julet der. Super godt. Og det påsk. Ikke samme påske i Bibelen. Det skal være vores påske. Ja, vores søndag. Ja, husker det. Også til barn i skole. Inkluderer det historier, kaniner, æg. Det er meget sjovt til barn. Ja, det elsker det. Okay. Fordi du har trofast del, jeg giver mere til dig. Så sæt her specielt til dig. Og du skal bruge det hele vejen. Og det skal være nogle heller fastelavn. Ja, står der slå kat. Ja, sort kat. Det skal være Sankt Hans. Vi har ikke Sankt Hans der. Vi skriver nogle historier med Sankt John fra Bibelen, men det eksisterer ikke. Men du bruger Sankt Hans. Så der er nogle muligheder i dag at være sammen med andre mennesker og lave det samme ting, samme show. Og det kommer fra os. Fastelavn, Sankt Hans, Santa Lucia, du skal have det. Santa Lucia på din kirke og også skole, så barnet starter fra lille, det lærer det Santa Lucia. Okay? Hvis du fortsætter godt med det, vi giver mere andre ting. Ja? Husk, gør ingenting i din land, uden kommer her og får godkendt. Du skal have vores ord for, hvad skal du gøre. Hvis du løber væk fra det, det skal være svært konsekvenser. Okay, Dinamarca. Jeg synes, du arbejder godt. Du laver godt. Jeg hørte også, du vil Halloween. Vi giver det fra Ireland til US. Og så det hele i verden mest nu. Men hvorfor du vil Halloween? Du vil Halloween? Okay, jeg inkluderer Halloween her. Halloween. Og dekorationen skal være super. Frem alle kirker. Husk, det er meget vigtigt. Det er vores mark. Ja, vores mark. Halloween. Okay. Pas på sig selv. Ha' det godt. Vi ses næste gang, hvis vi har nogle ændringer. Ja, hvis vi har nogle nyt til dig, vi tæller dig. Okay? Ha' det godt. Næste, Brazil. You're always so hot people. You like everything with food. I don't know why. You love some food around. There's no food, no party. Yeah? So I'll give it to you. São Cosme, São Damião. São Cosme, São Damião, ok? Festa junina Okay? So the São João party. So here has a lot of food. Dia das Bruxas, the Halloween, the Gyo. So do leu a Dia das Bruxas. Det kan man också fra oss. Natal, Christmas, you already do this, and it's great. The churches do and say that it's Jesus, but we know that's nothing about it. Yeah, no Jesus, no Jesus. We just pretend we have some respect for him. Yes, but he's not the Lord. Our Pope is the Lord. Our Pope. Remember that. What else? You do well with the Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day. Okay. You asked to be in a different day, Valentine's Day, from the other parts of the world. No problem. As soon as you do this, okay. Great. You have a very good idolatrous heart. We are so proud of you, Brazil. Next. Filipinia. Philippines. You've been always so Catholic. That's really great. But we separated a very, very important festival here for you. It has to be national. Sinupolo. Sinupolo, okay? So praise the mother with the baby. It's nothing to do, Mary. Nothing to do. Actually, yes, because Mary put in the place of Tammuz's mother, which is Semiramis. You don't need to know much of these, okay? It's our business here. So you go Sinopolo and make sure lots of people makes part of it. Yeah? Maganda. Okay. Como está capo? Mabuti po. Arabia Saudita. What are you doing here? You are faithful. Okay? You're doing everything. Everything from the very, very beginning, quite a long time. Okay? The practice of Islam. You know that started with Muhammad's Kona, Kivina, woman, and she was a very faithful Catholic. Yes, so you got that crescent moon on top of the mosque, one of our pagan symbols. Great. You have the thing that you count the name of Allah. It's not the name of Allah, you know. It's just our pagan tradition also. Everything is very similar, but don't put statues inside, okay? That will shock the people, and they will think they are with us. But you know we are with us, we are one. And we're always in agreement. We respect each other very much. It's God Allah, mashallah. Yeah, so keep doing the work. There is nothing new here for you. It's just to maintain, and don't let your daughters and your son come out of it. If they want to come out of it, you... Secretaria, che stanno aspettando fuori mañana? Nepal, the Buddhist. Nepal. We do that in 2 weeks' time. It's no rush. They are just doing the way we want. Okay? In their own tradition. The way we want. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. That's it. Peace, peace. Peace. And they don't believe in a God? Better for us. we can reign even faster. Okay, there will be no texts because what I gave yesterday, it's strong enough, and I decided to show more in images and in a practical way what those texts actually are saying. So that's about the Vatican giving identity to every land according to what they want. The only thing they are allowed to be is on their tastes for clothes and what they eat. Yes, the songs they want to play. I'll shut up there now. But their mark has to be there in every land, and nobody escape. Nobody. Unless you learn scripture, God's word, learn God's ways, to understand what's behind of the things given to you, you can't escape. You can't escape. Because this is something that becomes a tradition and says is their identity. You know, in every school, when the teachers will talk about culture, their culture, they introduce all of these things I want to show you in the drama as their identity. But actually, it's the loss of their identity, because it has nothing to do with the countries. It has to do with what Rome wants. And Rome, don't forget, it was the power that came after the Greeks, after in that statue I shared with you. Yes? So, and then what happened to the iron, that is Rome? It was divided in clay also. So there are weak countries and strong countries together still with the iron. The iron is today here very alive. So I'll show you first here the Vatican. Okay, that's the Vatican, as you must know well. Here's the powerful symbol of obelisk. I'll tell you what is the obelisk, but there is the wheel, and there is the biggest obelisk in the world. That is just the format. Yes, that is a pagan ancient thing, because for you to understand the Catholics, you must know Babylon. So Babylon changed her identity and the place of ruling. So they no longer rule in Iraq, but that is spirit that rules, because it's an invisible thing that rules. Yes? And whoever rejects the Lord receive that spirit. And and then Rome was the power that embraced that powerfully. And I'll show you how, because you can see that their identity has nothing to do with Jesus, okay? For example, these symbols here, Horus is here. The pine cone, it means fertility. That's from Babylon thing. Yes. Here in his clothes is the cross of Horus. Have you seen that in a football team symbol? Yes. Brazil has one called Vasco, and that's their symbol. Okay, everything he holds is pagan. Oh, the pine here. Jesus had no symbol. His mark was goodness and love. It's nothing to do with all this pomp. The purple is one of his favorite colors, and everything full of luxury. Yes, but let's see how that involves the whole world. Obelisks in Denmark. Yes, there is. If you go Google obelisks in Denmark, you get all these places with obelisks. Yeah, all these places. There are many. And there is an obelisk at least in every city in the format of church. Okay, you wonder what is this cone up here? There's no such architect in the Bible that says anything why every church has a cone up. This is an obelisk also. Yeah, obelisks. What was the nations I brought today? Just examples of some nations because they have different religions, but it's just for you to see that they rule. They rule. Doesn't matter what you believe, they rule. If you serve Christ, there's no way you go under this. No way. Okay, here is in the Philippines. It has in the column Jose Ritz, Vegan, Cebu, Capas. Okay, Philippines, because I'm sending also to a Filipino friend. Brazil, also. São Paulo, Rio, everywhere. Fortaleza, Brasília. This is also, because this obelisk actually means a penis. It's a penis of Tammuz. Yeah, Tammuz is the real honor birth of Christmas. Okay, is because Christmas is blending of pagan festivals, and the 25th of December is his birth day. That's why obelisks. Now you get shocked. You think it's invention from my head. These obelisks in Saudi Arabia, what they are doing in a Muslim country, if their gods are different. Okay, this is in Saudi Arabia. The head of the Muslims is in Saudi Arabia. Obelisks in Nepal. I've put here because why I chose Nepal, because it's a nation that holds Buddhism dearly. Okay, but obelisks are also there. And I see here, and that was the Nepal thing. Okay, so I wanted to show this for you today, plus as the text talks about changing times and laws. In an encyclopedia, a doctrinal catechism, okay? The Pope of the time admits that Sunday is the mark of authority, their mark of authority. That's why it's no thing of a Sunday being a resurrection of Jesus. Jesus did not resurrect on Sunday. Yeah. 3 days and 3 nights doesn't give Sunday. Okay, from the day he died. But they try to use some verses that were not so clear about the day to say there was. Why? Because devil likes to be worshipped no matter what, if you know or if you do not know. He wants to steal God's glory. So that's, you think that's a joke? It's not. It's very much. See here, that's the 10 Commandments of Exodus in the Bible. And that's the 10 Commandments of Catholic Church. One of these two, you follow. You follow. Understanding something about God or not, you follow. Okay, I'll read for you. In the Exodus says, you shall not have other gods before me. Now, for the Catholic is, you shall not have strange gods before me. So it means you can have more than God. You can have sent this, sent that, okay, give glory to a statue and whatever. The second one, Exodus, you shall not make for yourself an idol. There is no such a thing for the Catholic because they do that. The second in the Catholic says, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. So they put the third here as the second here. The fourth, remember the Sabbath day, keeping holy. It's the rest day. It's a mark when God said, give a rest for man. And that's a mark, my mark. Yes, he gave a mark. God gave. But then they changed it in the third. They put it as the third, but different. They said, remember to keep holy the Lord's day. So they choose which day. That's why they can accept the Muslim way, because the Muslim actually does their rest day on Friday. Honor your father and your mother. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not kill, you shall not kill. You shall not commit murder here. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal in the age, and here the seventh here, yeah? You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Then the 10th year, you shall not cover your neighbor's house. Here was divided because they didn't have anything else to put there. So they divided, split it, 1 in 2. Yes? So that's the difference. And one of these, it's a tradition here in Denmark. Let's go back to Denmark. Yeah? Here, the churches of Denmark, you have the obelisks there. You have the baptism of children, which is also an ancient pagan thing from Babylon, given to Denmark. You have the confirmation, that is the first communion in the Catholic. It is the same thing. But what is these things? Is bringing you closer to God? No, it's just for you to come, get a blessing as a child, trust in that seal that you are saved, okay, and loved by God without having the duty to love him back. And then you go live your life the way devil wants, okay? The way devil wants, and God has to accept you because you're good in your own eyes. You don't kill, you don't, I don't know. So that makes you ready enough for if there is a judgment. But as the Spirit of God does not abide in this, people start casting out God and become atheists that goes to a church for tradition's sake. That's what it is. So I needed to show this for you today. As you go further in the texts of the Bible, because I'll give more. I will not stop. But I wanted to show this today and open someone's eyes. And when your eyes are open, remember those that doesn't know, that you love, that doesn't know. Because all these God will bring into judgment. All these. But nobody will be judged without fairly, without knowing. So he will find a way that everybody knows. Everyone knows. Okay? So you share with others and you can't escape. You can't separate. You say, I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Buddhist, I'm not anything, but you're following something because it's forced, the system is forcing you to be there and make part of something that they want, especially casting out the Lord, yeah, out of your life. Okay? I hope that clarified some things I wanted to share. Bye-bye.